Hi, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're calling in from. We're really grateful to have you here today. My name's Henrik Bick. I'm part of the communications team for the Music Business Association. Happy to welcome you to our first webinar in the Common Ground webinar series for spring 2025. Before I intro today's presenters and get things going, just have a couple of quick housekeeping notes for you. First and foremost, in order to interact with today's attendees, your fellow industry folks here, and with our presenters today, be sure to change your chat settings to everyone so you can network with one another. Chat should be open now, so you should be good to use that. We will also be taking Q&A at the end of the webinar today. In order to participate in the Q&A and make sure our presenters can see the questions, excuse me, make sure to drop them in a dedicated Q&A box on your Zoom dashboard. There's a Q&A button that'll pop up and you can submit them through that dashboard there. Reminder that the recording of today's webinar will be available on our website, musicbiz.org, by end of business today. I will be dropping that link in the chat so you can keep track of that later on. It's a great way to relive anything you missed today or share with a colleague. For Music Biz members, these webinars are available for the tenure of your company's membership. Outside of that, they'll be available for 3 months. Before we jump into the webinar, I just want to make a couple notes about other events we have coming up. First and foremost is Music Biz 2025, taking place May 12th to the 15th at the Renaissance Atlanta Waverly. It's our first time in Atlanta, and we couldn't be more excited to be there. In case you missed the news, earlier this week, we launched the interactive 4-day agenda for Music Biz 2025. That's available directly on our website, musicbiz.org, or through musicbiz2025.com. While you're at the conference website, you can also register for your badges, book your hotel room. You can access discounted flight links, learn more about the agenda, and check out any remaining sponsor opportunities as well. So that's musicbiz2025.com, and that'll also be the best place for you to get announcements for the upcoming conference. You can also follow us on socials. We're active on LinkedIn and Instagram at musicbizassoc. I'll be dropping that in the chat as well. While you're at our website, also be sure to check out info on more upcoming webinars. We're hosting one every 2 weeks at this point, as well as new editions of our The Future of What podcast and our Keeping Tempo blog series. But now for the moment that you've all been waiting for, we're really grateful to have the folks from Lyric Find here today. Please welcome Ryan and Victor from the Lyric Find team. Folks, take it away.
Oh, allow. Oh, thank you, Henrik. How's it going, everyone? I'm Victor, as Henrik said. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you guys all for joining us today. A little bit about myself. I'm Victor Lana. I'm an artist. I'm a producer. I'm a songwriter, as well as a senior sales executive at Lyric Find, and now head evangelist of Rotor Videos. Talk about creating your own opportunities. First things first, I'd like to thank Henrik, Elena, who's been helping us behind the scenes, and the whole music business organization really for having us on today. Talk about a topic that's really dear to my heart and only getting more important in the music industry, video content. Before we go any further, Ryan, I'll put you on the spot and give you the chance to introduce yourself as well.
Thank you so much, Victor, for the intro, and to all of you who've taken the time to come and see our presentation. It means the world to us, and we appreciate you. As Victor said, my name is Ryan. I'm the Customer Success Manager here at Lyric Find.
Wicked. So we're all here probably for the same reason, and probably because we all know that video is now critical, not only for artist promotion, audience engagement, even revenue generation, right? But we also know that it's inefficient, usually expensive, and time-consuming process, especially when you're tasked to create video at scale. So that's what we're here to discuss today. Not just why video matters, because we know that video matters, but how we as an industry can make the process more efficient, scalable, and without sacrificing creativity and quality, because that's kind of the whole point of our industry, is that it's creative and there's an artistic quality to it. So to be clear, I'm not planning for this to be a monologue. I'm hoping that together we can have a conversation, and not me and Ryan together, but Ryan and I and everyone involved in the chat. I'm hoping we can have a conversation about this widespread industry challenge, the tools available to solve it. And we want to make sure you walk away with something tangible, something you can actually use, and something you can apply immediately which is why we're offering $250 in free Rotor Videos credits to everybody who stays until the end. But don't wait too long. That offer will expire 60 minutes after the end of our chat today, and those credits will expire by Valentine's Day. So get in there, claim your credits, use them, test them, make sure they fit into your workflow, and then let's talk about how we can get you access. Cool? I realize I should probably be sharing my screen, and y'all are not seeing this cool slide show that I've got going. Now it looks like you can see it. So again, here we are solving challenges in music video production. Cool. As I said, and as we all know, video is no longer optional. We know video is the most engaging form of content. It's absolutely critical in music marketing today, not just for increased revenue or better brand awareness, even for platform-specific boosts, right? How many of you cringe when you hear the word or the term New Music Friday? Most important part is that platforms like Apple and Spotify now expect these video assets. And Apple actually is soon going to require these motion art assets for all these releases. And it may not be officially printed anywhere or stated in any terms or services, but we all know both of these platforms' algorithms favor songs with video assets, both algorithmically and editorially. Simply put, video is no longer optional. It's necessary. It's table stakes to compete. If you're not using video assets in your marketing and promotion, your music is less likely to be heard. So you're doing yourself, your company, your label, your brand a disservice. But in speaking with leaders across the industry, Ryan and I and Roy and Zach and everybody at Lyric Fine, we found that the process is still quite a pain for pretty much everybody. It's still slow to create videos, it's still expensive, and it's almost impossible to execute efficiently at scale. Either you're hiring someone out and that's taking you hours and hours, or if not weeks of back and forth, or you do it in-house and you have employees who hate coming into work in the morning because they have a mountain of tasks ahead of them that don't seem doable. How does that align with your guys' experiences? Now, feel free to chime in the chat here. I'm hoping you will. How does that align with your experiences in creating video, both from a personal standpoint, but also from a job career standpoint? Are there any other challenges that you're facing when it comes to video creation that maybe we haven't talked about yet? Yeah, we see tedious, absolutely tedious. I can see that. Basically, I want to break it down to understand what's holding us back. We know it's necessary. We know we all have to do it. What's stopping us? What's stopping you from making video creation a seamless part of your workflow? Getting lyric videos to sync with the music. Yes, that's a great one. It's especially hard when you're a DIY indie trying to capture video on your own. Absolutely. Timeline and budget approvals. Yes, sir. Timeline and budget approvals. Time. Yes. Yeah, so it sounds right in line. What we're seeing in the chat is right in line with what I've been seeing, speaking to execs at labels and music companies. One, it's expensive. Video production quickly eats up your release budget, especially you have a limited budget to get a whole project out. And it's tough, right? When you have limited resources, you have to kind of pick and choose where you're putting those resources. That usually means, one or two tracks out of a project get actually fully produced and commissioned videos. And the rest of the songs get the second rate treatment, we'll just slap on the art track on there and it's fine. People will listen to it anyways. It's a strategy. It's one strategy for sure, but as consumers, as real people, humans, admirers of art, we know it doesn't really do much for building my interest in the song. It doesn't really do much for building my engagement. You're basically throwing it up there and saying, this song is so good that I don't need any sort of engaging visual. And you know what? It might be the case, but today's day and age, it doesn't matter. Something can be excellent, but if it isn't engaging, if it isn't hitting with people are not going to see it, right? Two is the time, and you guys have kind of mentioned that. The process is slow, right? If you're using external editors, that means you're waiting, hours, if not weeks, for a response back. lengthy revision processes. Sometimes you're dealing with language barriers where they're not really understanding what you're trying to say, and you're not really understanding how to say it in a different way. It's a back and forth process as opposed to just a quick fix. Like I myself as an artist, I like to have project files on there. So if I want to change the font, or I want to change where this happens, or heck, I do this in music all the time. I want to change the snare samples, or I want to change that pad in the second verse. I need to have that on hand right now. And then if you're doing it in-house, you've got your junior staff members basically doing repetitive, boring, tedious work, right? That they hate, that's going to lower their morale, and you're not really accomplishing anything, right? So they're doing boring, tedious tasks as opposed to the high value creative work that's really going to drive the video engagement, the music engagement, and growth for that asset. The third is scalability. So many new asset types. Everybody's requiring them now. Spotify Canvas, Apple Motion. And yes, we do focus on frontline, and we can, put our chips in that basket, so to speak. But at a day and age where Apple is about to require this for entire catalogs, it takes long enough to do for one track, but when you have 1,000 tracks, that seems like an impossible task to do. And I know a lot of you have way more than that, multiples of thousands of tracks. So how do you actually handle making those videos at scale? Well, this is where Rotor comes in, and this is where Ryan's going to lead an excellent demo to show you exactly how Rotor solves these problems. But as an artist, personally speaking, before sending it over to Ryan, the tech pro and the video pro, I think what's coolest about it is that Rotor Videos is actually designed by musicians and video editors who realize that most of their video editing work is not creative work. It's boring, tedious, repetitive, time-consuming tasks. So Dermot built Rotor to automate that boring stuff, to automate the, oh, when should I make this cut? Or what scene looks good here? What scenes look good together? How can I edit this all to look like a cohesive piece of video as opposed to multiple clips that I've filmed on my phone? Rotor automates all that so that your creative teams can focus on what they do best. And that's being creative, right? Here are the key features. You can see we make it automated for you to create videos, not only on our platform, rotorvideos.com, but we can integrate this directly into your label's content management service or system so that we can pull those assets directly, and you can create Apple Motion art for your entire catalog with a simple click. We can process those things in bulk. We can do it on Apple approved templates. So Apple will not reject any of the Apple Motion art that you create through our platform. Not only will it take you about 5 minutes to make it, but we can guarantee they'll accept it because they've already pre-approved all the templates on our website. And of course, it saves you money, time, resources, lower cost, higher efficiency. You can create dozens of assets per release, and all you need to do is bring in the album artwork. Imagine that world. And for me, the most important as an artist, full creative control. I can choose exactly how detailed I want to get. I can choose exactly how the videos appear and fit my brand. I don't have to accept whatever some, crappy cookie cutter kind of thing. I can jump in, and if I want to make edits, I can make them immediately. I can go right then, right there. If it's 11:59 on a Thursday, I can do that. I don't have to message my guy 6 time zones away and wait for him to wake up and digest. I'm jumping in. I'm making it happen right now. So without further ado, Ryan, show the people the beauty of Rotor.
Victor, thank you so much. And you're completely right. I mean, from the very early days of Rotor right up until this moment, whether you're an upcoming artist or a huge label, the question we ask ourselves almost every day, it's the same. What do you need? And we know Apple and Spotify require very specific video outputs for your content to get noticed. Problem seems to be the high cost in hiring others to make the video, just as you said. The waiting time while they're being made and revised, and finally, scalability. So doing any kind of volume is going to take a long time. So I'd like to show you some of the tools that we've created to help artists and labels produce those necessary video assets quickly. in a cost-effective way and at scale. So I think we should probably begin with Spotify Canvas. So I'm going to share my screen with you just so that everyone can see what I see. Bear with me. And we're going to select the browser. There it is. And Vic, can you give me a wave if you can see my screen? We're good. We're good. Let's see. I'm going to open up my Rotor Videos platform and let's see. So let's begin with Spotify Canvas. And all you really need is a clip, your preferred aesthetic style, and finally, what kind of loop you'd like to have your video. So if I create a new video, select Spotify Canvas, we'll call it Music Biz Canvas. Easy peasy. Hit next. And we have around 1 million clips that you can choose from, or you can upload your own. Let's have a little scroll through, see if there's anything that looks catching, something that might look good. For fact, there it is. This particular snippet is of a beach. It's going to be an 8-second loop that goes over and over again. The only things that we really need to do is select the style that goes with it. I think we have around 50 that you can choose from. And if you hover over any one of these, it'll give you a preview of what it might look like. For this particular one, I don't want to change it too much. The beach has enough going on, but what I will do is I will add a filter. I can make it appear that it's even brighter, like a particularly sunny day. So if we do have a look through our filters, there's one that I remember called F2. There it is. Now it may be subtle, but whenever that comes in video, it pops. It just comes up as just a little bit brighter than what you might expect. And finally, I'm going to go with fade repeat for my preferred looping style. There it is. Which blends together the end of my 8-second loop very nicely with the beginning of the clip. Then I just press download to begin the render. Confirm. And that's it. The official guidelines have about 10 bullet points of criteria that you need to adhere to in order for your video to be accepted. Those guidelines basically form the foundation of our tool. Everything from the output resolution right down to the type of video looping that you need. It's built in, so you don't need to think about it. I timed this on a stopwatch actually earlier, this exact video, and it worked out at 33 seconds in total. Not too bad. If I open our Spotify artist page once I've got this downloaded, to give you an idea of just how quick it is. And go to downloads. And there it is, Canvas. Upload. And if you hover over, you can see a bit of a preview of what it'll look like with and without the Canvas overlay. Hit next, agree to terms. That's it done. Once that uploads, it can take anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes for Spotify to clear it, but that's it. That's it pretty much done. That's your Canvas created. And we have never had any videos rejected. They've just worked from day one because we follow those strict guidelines. And yeah, that's your Spotify Canvas. Next, we should probably talk about Apple Motion. And I guess for anyone who's viewed the technical guidelines for Apple Music Album Motion, the strict criteria they have listed certainly seems prohibitive. It has to be one of the more extensive ones that I've seen. So they ask everything to be exact. It has to be this codec and this frame rate, this exact color profile. And if you keep scrolling further, you'll see things like typography, key element placement, frame edges. For a musician who isn't a videographer, the guidelines look somewhere between intimidating and prohibitive. For a label who needs Apple Motion art in volume and scale, this is nightmare fuel.
Yeah,
I'd like to.
just looking at that, I'm like, oh boy, that's as an artist, that's something that gets filed in the I'll do that later category.
Excuse me. The good news is whenever our engineers saw this, it was basically like handing a cheat sheet where the relief was immediate. We saw this and like we know exactly what to do. There's no speculation, there's no guessing. It's like someone handing you the answers just before the exam. So from the get-go, this has just worked. So what I'd like to do is show you our Apple Motion tool, which will give you a feel for just how easy it is. So let's open it up. Create a new video. And we'll go for Apple Music, Apple Motion, and we'll call it Music Biz Apple Motion. Done. There's really only a couple of things you need. In fact, there's only one thing you need, which is an image. Let's have a look. So we give all users within Rotor some images to play around with. Once these appear, just choose one that looks good and to your liking. There it is. So these are all the high resolution images that come as standard. I always like this one. It's guess what you would see quite often in an album. You see a human face with some cool background. And that's it. If you have a look through the styles, we have around 20 that you can choose from. If you hover over, it'll give you a bit of an indicative idea as to what that'll actually look like and how it'll play. There's different genres, film effects, novelty, glitch effects. One of my favorites is actually this one right here, which is displacement. I think with this particular kind of face album, it looks best. If I just hit render video, that's it started. So every single style has either involved the head of Apple Motion in its creation or has been personally approved by him. And generating a preview takes around, I think it was about 15 seconds for that preview to be done. And whenever it does appear, it'll give you an example of what it'll look like on a mobile device, as well as what it'll look like on Apple Music. We'll get there. So with Apple Music, you basically have a few different outputs that are going to be a standard. There's a 1x1 and a 3x4. As per Apple guidelines, you will need both. So yeah, this is what the end result will look like on your phone. You can see the motion taking place in the background and a bit of a blurred margin. And then on Apple Music itself, this is what your art will look like. So that's it. That's all you need. Like all the actual hard work, all that list has already been factored into the program. I just hit download video, confirm, and that's it. So having done this one previously, this one took 6.5 minutes. So I'm not going to make you wait that long. Lucky, here's one that I made earlier, and I'm going to pull that up. Let's see. And if I go to Music Biz Apple Motion, yeah, so basically there's two ways that it's going to come out. The 3x4 roughly works out around a gigabyte. These are huge files because they're all ProRes, but it's a really good thing because it's so sharp. You can imagine that Apple's criteria will be really strict in terms of it has to look good, it has to be clear. All these outputs are so sharp, and I love that. So I will bring this up. So this is the 3x4. Hopefully you can all see that. So that's just what it'll look like on a 3x4, but the star of the show is the 1x1. It's super high res. It's about 4 gig for these files. They're massive, but Apple understand this. It's their codec, so there's no restrictions. And if I can show you this on screen, and that's you can see the actual style do its thing. It breaks up the face right up until about the 10-second mark, and the reverse kicks in and brings it back again, and it will continue like that waxing and waning of the moon for the duration of your track. That's you. That's how quickly Apple Motion is. So the other good thing about it is you don't need to wait for it to complete. As we're cloud-based, you can simply start the next one. So once you get your rhythm, you could do 6 Apple Motion renders in 6 minutes. And that's how fast it is. Let's have a look. Yep, so wait for that to complete anyway. And I suppose the star of the show, the one that I really want to show you, is the lyric video tool. In the old days, we had a small army making lyric videos. They were adjusting like all the timings by hand. It was a tedious process, to put it mildly. But there's huge demand at the time from the big labels we were working with, for lyric video to be released in parallel with the music video. So everyone, including us, underestimated how successful they would be. It seems that people just love lyric videos, and the ROI the labels received was in the region of 350% of their initial investment. And that was after paying an army to do it, all by ear and all by hand. So let me show you how we're doing it now using our lyric video tool. So if I bring this up, I'll go to create new video, and we'll go to lyric video. Call it music biz, lyric video. Perfect. So we've named our track. We're going to choose from any one of the templates. I'm going to choose this one. This is probably one of my favorite tracks from Etherwood. Select. And in terms of lyrics, you literally just have it in a document, copy, paste, create video. And there we go. This is analyzing the audio. Now, this process, it takes around 30 seconds. Our tool will have listened to your audio and mapped out the start and end point of every line. And in my experience, it's about 95% accurate. And you can make any adjustments you need in the timings bar. So if you do find something that's just a little bit off, it's really, really quick and easy to adjust that. Let's see. Suspense. Now we can go to one that I've made earlier, but I want to see just how long this should be. Should be around in a few minutes. If it does take too much longer, I can show you the one that was pre-rendered. Here we go. Perfect. So I'm curious to see if the audio will come through. Hopefully it will. Back, what I'll do is I will show you it on full screen using the video that I have already downloaded, just to be sure that you can see it. Because I'll have to render it fully in order for you to see just how sharp it is. So music biz lyric video, open with VLC. And if I bring this over.
We'll never ever find another you in this life. No one will take your place. The winds are gonna be a little colder without you, but we'll try to seize the day. We'll never understand the reason for you leaving.
So yeah, that's it. It's quite a good song. I'd love to listen to the remaining 3 or so minutes of it, but you get the idea of just how quick and easy it is from start to finish. And as well, if I actually want to render it, you can just start the next one because we're cloud-based. It's not like your home computer where you have to wait till it's finished because of processor power. We've got cloud farms that will do all of this for you so fast. Yep, I'll exit that. And that's pretty.
Brian, just a
Yes, my
jump.
friend.
Go back to the lyric video. Show them like how in real time you can edit like the animations. You can make it word by word. You can change the background. Like there's some people asking in the chat like if they can do all these things, and I think that's really cool to see. Even that you can you can change the font while the song is playing. You can make it a vertical video. You can make it a square video, all in real time, and it'll respond to it.
Let's see. And let's choose a background. This is like one of the new UIs that's just been uploaded. So that's it. And yeah, like one of the things that will come up immediately is your placement. By default, it is dead center. Let's change it. So if we bring it down, that will just change it to anywhere in the screen that we want to see it. You can choose from the animation. So by default, it's set to off, but let's try record swipe, turn it to the left, right. There's lots of different options that you can choose from. And this is also the default font. You can scroll until your finger gets tired, going through all the different choices and options that you have to really customize it and make it your own. And if I close this, there's also some effects that you can add to the text, everything from shadow to outlines. Glow is quite a common one. VHS, And also, if you feel like the text is a little too large, you can reduce it in size. For the most part, as we get older, large is better in terms of being able to see it. And finally, color. All of this can be customized to whatever way you'd like to see it. And that's it. Vic, what do you think? Do we have time to show an album artwork video as well? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. That's a cool one.
This is probably goes back to the really early days of Rotor as well. So I once read that 51% of all music worldwide is listened to in video format. Think YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. This figure is global. So the saying, if you're not being seen, you're not being heard, it's never really been more true. The easiest way to generate a video for your song and be able to get content up quickly on these platforms is an album artwork video. And if you'll allow me, I'll show you just how quick and easy it is to do that. So let's go to create a new video. And if we select album artwork video, we'll call it Music Biz album artwork. Select your audio. Perfect. And select your artwork. Back, what I'll do is I will use the one that we have used previously, which is this particular album, just to keep it all aligned. I hit next. Let's have a look. So next up, you're going to see around 20 different styles. So in fact, no, there's actually with artwork, there's in the region of 200. Like if I open up retro and just hit the see all button, you can keep scrolling. There's anywhere in the region 15 to 30 in each segment. So it gives you all the variety that you'll need and all the uniqueness. So you never have to worry really about things clashing. One of my favorites is 3D Room. Why I like this one is because it uses the color of your album as the foundational lighting for the room. So red album art equals red lighting, purple album cover, purple lighting. You get the idea. Once this loads, you'll hopefully see the end result quite quickly.
And the other one is cool. I think you're waiting to show them because it does wow more when you show them, right? But this one's cooler for more than just that.
Yeah, I mean the previews themselves, in order to get them rendered quickly, I mean they're free and unlimited, so you can make as many of these as you want at no cost. I mean, just get stuck in and find one that looks and feels just right for you. And with that in mind, you get to see like a lower resolution. It's not gonna spend 8 minutes trying to do a preview for you. But these generate quite quickly. It's usually about a minute and a half, something like that.
Gotcha.
But what I'll do actually is, rather than let you watch the low res, should I skip to maybe the high res one?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
It.
Do a little art attack. Like once you're done, you'll have something that looks like this. Boom.
Here's one I made earlier. I'll close this for the second. And yeah, we'll bring this up. So once that is completed rendering, it should look a little like this.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So what we're seeing is the 3D room. Like this is the showing.
Oh yeah, there's two different ones. Sorry, that was
no. That's cool. That's fine. I'm providing them the context.
Forgive me. There's another one just here. There it is at the top. They both have a similar theme. Let's try this one again.
There we go.
There we go.
We'll never ever find
So that was now we're looking at the lyric video again.
No one will take your place.
Apologies.
No, you had it before. Show them the drop. You had the 3D room. Yeah.
I put the names all the same, so it all says Music Biz, just so that I know it's for this particular webinar. Let's see, Music Biz.
musicbiz.final.master.final.realfinal.wave.
See if I can find it. 2 secs.
Yeah, so I'm seeing some questions too in the chat, which are really great questions, and I'm not ignoring them. I'm just saving them because I want to have a little Q&A, and I'll get to it. Paul, I've got a question from you. Mark, Maria, Morgan. We'll get it right in there.
I'm ready whenever you are, Vic.
Oh, go ahead, please.
Yep. What I'll do is the audio takes a minute to react, so we'll bring it forward to around the minute mark. So again, why these videos are so useful is that once you have a song and you can choose the album artwork, within minutes, you basically have a video that you can upload to all of these different platforms straight away. It's the quickest way to get your audio heard, is funny enough through video.
Wicked. Cool. I guess like I'm happy to start taking these questions now because it's helpful. It kind of helps us inform a little bit of this. Let's go back.
Of
So
course.
Mark says he's had challenges when the lyrics did not sync and they're difficult to fix. Mark, was that on Rotor itself? Ryan, maybe we want to show him how easy it is to fix lyric timing on
Yeah, of course.
on Rotor.
Let's see. So if I
Thank
go
you for your question, Mark.
Yep, what I'll do is I'll go back to the lyric video. So I can select lyrics, and there it is. Music vid is lyric video, and all the timings that you can see here are default. So they're straight out of the box. If you need to adjust anything, we head up to lyrics and timings. And if I just press play, it'll follow along.
Never find another you in this life. No one will take your place. The winds are gonna be a little colder without you, but we'll try to seize the day.
As you can see, even just from the first 25 seconds, it is quite accurate. But if you do find that it's a little off, or if the audio's been picked up slightly differently, you can drag just to wherever you feel like it's just right. This is kind of like how we did it in the old days, but these micro calibrations are really necessary in order for it to pop. You'll find that whenever you are uploading it and 30,000, 50,000 people are watching it, people notice. Those details are key. So you can fine tune this till your heart's content.
Yeah, and you can even do like the word by word, you know, if you want to get real intense with it, if you want to get like very sing-alongy and only do one word at a time, like you can even do the timing down to the word.
That's another way of doing it.
Depends how much you're trying to procrastinate your other tasks.
Purely for the sake of speed, we decided to omit that part from the demo because
Yeah,
it's like a PowerPoint presentation of how you do a lyric video. It's so slow.
yeah, exactly.
But the end result is always perfect.
It really is. Like, and again, like I'm saying, as an artist, this takes away the hour that I would have to spend on this, and like maybe it's now a 5-minute task, you know, and it gets rid of the boring stuff, which is the like, okay, this is when this lyric starts. Let me copy and paste that in. So cool. That's Mark's. No cost for the 3D. Did I hear that correctly? Maybe no additional cost. Like you won't have to pay like a premium credit or something like that. It's no cost for you to come in and make these videos. So even the people who are saying, "Oh, well, I didn't get the credits yet," you will. We're gonna make sure you do get those credits, especially if you sign up through the link, which is why signing up to the link is important, so we can track you and see you. But basically that's probably what you heard is like there's no extra cost to you for getting that, right? The music video tutorial, yes, Marcel, we'll get to that at the end. I'm gonna flag that for later. Is there additional customization we can do to the original template to further customize our video? So if you have an animator friend, Sinem, this would be interesting to know if you're like, what specific template are you referring to? Apple Motion, there's no additional edits you can be done. That's Apple won't accept that. They'll accept what's here. And to be honest, we send them like maybe 20 templates, new ones a week, and they accept maybe 1 or 2. So that's kind of the trade-off. You can be sure they'll accept everything, but you can't really do anything you want to it. You can, however, bring in, if you have an animator friend, for example, that's made a clip for you, you can bring in that clip and you'll use that clip as your background clip basically for creating your videos. And then again, we can help you with the lyric timing. We can help you with the font and creating different versions of that for socials, for Instagram, for short form, all that kind of stuff. But yes and no. So it depends on what you're kind of asking there. Neil Spears has a really great question. Are there more natural bass clips for non-pop music? And I
Natural
think the
bass
answer
clips.
is yes. But I guess like these answers are yes, absolutely there are. Neil, it would probably be better for you to spend some time and figure out what you find that fits more into your clip or into the song you're trying to make. But I think what Neil's asking, like, are there ones that look more natural? Like the 3D room maybe is like, it's a 3D room, right? But we do have ones that are like Ryan, like the bus stop, or it's the
Oh yeah.
glitchy, or you know what I mean?
So yeah, let's have a look. Once you create a new video, and we'll go to, it was album artwork, right? We'll go
And
to
yes,
just,
Cinem, just jumping in while Ryan does it. Cinem, yes, you can upload your own visuals. Yes, and you probably should. Make it very, very well branded.
yeah, at
Um,
the minute we're just using the default one because it's really quick and easy, but you can upload whatever image you want, or yeah, it's all up to you. I select
right
this
on.
one. And in terms of background, yeah, if you have a look here. So say for example, you went for realism. Funny enough, we do have a subcategory for that. Um, you'll see some of the things that are quite common. So if I click this and hover over it, you'll see again a bit of a 3D image with a background where the lighting will change in tone with the music, and it's your album cover with a natural background. Some of the other ones include like old cassette tapes from like the 80s and 90s will be there. Others, this one's actually quite interesting. Hopefully it'll load up in time. This is like a London bus stop, and one of the signs that's alive and active is your album cover. So there's loads of
Nice.
different scenes and scenarios, but it will take you some time getting through them all. But along the way, you'll definitely find one that you love and is just right for what you have in mind.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're first learning an instrument. Like, yeah, you could watch all the YouTube videos of people showing you how to play guitar, but the best thing is like get that guitar and start feeling the fretboard and hearing it, and playing around with it. We have a question out here from Paul. That was actually a great question. What is the ideal rollout for a single? He asks if these three are, you know, music video, lyric video, and streaming video slash Canvas slash Motion. I would say, Paul, in my experience, both as an artist and again talking to executives and label marketing people, I would say lyric video number one, because if you have a lyric video on release, people are able to engage with that more. They can read the lyrics. Like, I'll be honest, I have songs where my mom will reach out to me and be like, "Son, what are these lyrics saying? Like, what are the lyrics here?" And so even my mom, who probably understands me more than anyone, she doesn't understand what I'm saying sometimes. So I would say lyric video is the number one. Have that on release so people can have something that their mind sticks to. Seeing it written out helps us remember things. I don't know if you guys remember back in the school days where you'll write down notes, and seeing that, visualizing the words, helps you remember things and then recall things and then get that song stuck in their head and have those repeat watchers. Then I would say at the same time is this two streaming videos, so Canvas and Motion, because again, probably even before the lyric video, you want to have those out to Spotify, to Apple, so that when you're pitching to Spotify editorial, or so that when Apple is deciding what new music gets highlighted and gets put in each playlist, your song having those assets is going to boost them way higher in their consideration. If you're somebody with, let's say 1,000 monthly listeners, no Canvas, and you're competing with someone who has 2,000 monthly listeners, or rather 1,000 monthly listeners, no Canvas, 500 monthly listeners, yes Canvas, that video or that song with a Canvas will get higher boosts or higher placements, higher chances at least of getting placement. And then I would say a week or two later, you should do the music video. That should be maybe a little bit more branded to you. That's when you can come in, bring your own clips, and intersperse them with our library of clips to make that really personalized thing. One thing that maybe is being glossed over, I would say, at the same time that you do that lyric video, one of these videos here that Ryan's showing, like a visualizer, just as a quick, like, hey, this song is out now, something that you can post across all socials. You can have that one video and then have multiple different variations of text going on it. Again, it's creating that hype, that buzz, without you having to record a video. Hey guys, I just released my new song. Please go listen to it. It's something cool. It puts you in the world. It shows you like, yeah, this person's an artist. Like they're out there doing it, you know? Hopefully that
Another
answers the
thing,
question.
Vic,
Yeah,
would
please.
be, excuse me, it would depend on the type of music that you're doing as well, that the priorities would change. For example, if you are an EDM artist or someone who's producing electronic or classical music, something that doesn't have lyrics, that lyric video thing is probably not going to be top priority, but that's where artwork comes in. You can get your song up so quickly. Just all you need is an image, your song, that's it. You're good. Within minutes, you're literally online. You have a music video where people can see and hear you.
It's really wicked. I'm just trying to get through all the questions here and just popping up. Oh, we've got some from the Q&A. So from Maria, I have two questions. One, copyright issues. Are there any issues if two, oh, there I am. If two artists use the same footage? Great question, Maria. So these clips that are available on the site are royalty-free clips. So we have gotten the licenses and we grant you the licenses to use those clips in your videos. So you won't run into any, royalty or copyright issues if you use those clips as part of your larger video. Now, there will be copyright issues if you take just that clip and don't add your music to it and don't add anything else, and then you try to pass that off as your own clip. You're not allowed to do that by the terms and conditions. But the videos, the clips that we make available to you are all royalty free, so you have 100% the legal right to use them as long as you're paying obviously for the credits, which you are. Two, as a video creator, how can I license my clips to Rotor? Great question. Ryan, do you have any
Like,
idea on that?
how can you license your clips through Rotor? It's generally
Yeah.
something that we don't get involved in terms of licensing. What we have is non-exclusive clips that you can choose from. I mean, we've got around 1 million. So the odds of you creating a video that's the same as somebody else's, the probability lowers dramatically. But as unofficially, we're working on expanding that number quite significantly. I just can't confirm or deny anything just yet, but we'd like to get that up to an offensively large number. That way, it's just not a concern.
Yeah.
And yeah, once you've created your video, I mean, you're free to upload it anywhere as long as it's not exactly the same as anyone else's. You'll have no concerns with anyone else filing a copyright claim against you.
Yeah, Morgan's asked a similar question. Hopefully we've answered that, Morgan, just in answering this other question. How do you get rid of the watermark, Michael? Download it. Get some credits, which you should get free ones if you sign up through the link. Once you download it and use the credits, then you'll get it, HD quality, no watermark. Cool. Susie, will our uploads stay exclusive to our account, or will our artwork be shared so other users could also possibly use it? Susie, anything you upload to your account, that's yours, and that's going to stay personal to you. So no one else is going to have access to it. No one else is going to be able to see that. So no worries on that. Paul's asked again, if we upload our own content, how should we format or prepare our content for best integration with Rotor software? Oh, great question, Paul.
For the most part, everything that you do on your modern devices, so whether it's your phone or your PC, anything like that, it's completely fine. There's a wide range that you can upload in. So as long as it's like MP4, .mov, the most common formats that you can think of, it's all fine. You can just upload it and you're good to go. Our system will recognize it straight away and we will run it through our system so that it's compatible on the other side. So even if it is a little sort of outside of the usual margins, don't worry about it. As long as our system can pick up the audio, it'll reshape it perfectly so that there'll be no issues whenever it goes to submission.
Wicked. Again, I want to remind everybody, you're here now. Sign up. We have an offer on $250 worth of Rotor credits for free. So sign up using our link, rotorvideos.com/Victor. If you already have an account, you can email Roy at lyricfind.com and we'll put in those credits, or maybe off the record, I'm sure you have a second email that you can create an account with. Cool. Can we copyright the music videos or other motion/artwork if we add a custom feel to the templates?
Not through ourselves. It's not an area that we get involved in at all. As someone who deals exclusively with non-exclusive clips, um, that's where the sort of transaction ends. Once you have your video, what you do with it is very much up to you. So, I mean, if it's just a love letter to your wife that you've created in a song and you've created a music video for it, that's perfect. That's great. If it's something that you want to monetize and you want it to go viral and make you a lot of money from likes and hits, you could go down that path as well. But in terms of licensing it, that's something we don't get involved in at all.
Wicked. Yes. Tiffany has asked, you can use Pixel to find license-free videos too, and then with Rotor platform. Yeah, there's tons of platforms where you can get free royalty-free. But you know what, Tiffany? You don't even have to do that. We've done that for you. It's all available there on Rotor anyways. Like what you'd find on Rotor, you'd find there, and vice versa. And Rotor has some stuff that we've custom created, right, Ryan? So you'll find stuff that's not available anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I was around with Rotor in the early days where we had this huge creative team who were just obsessed with capturing video. So you'll get some really unorthodox stuff from like various scenes in Ireland and Belfast and London that you're just not going to get anywhere online. We never released it anywhere outside of Rotor, and these are awesome. These were all made by sort of music videographers, and that's what they did. So everything is sort of curated and handpicked to give you the best results whenever you're making a music video. So you'll only find those on our website.
Wicked. I'm just trying to see if I've missed any questions. Please let me know. Feel free to ask them again. Again, I'll say rotorvideos.com/Victor. Make your account now. $250 worth of credits, and those credits will expire in a week and a day. So make sure you use them. Get in there, try it out. Have fun. TikTok and Paul again. TikTok and Instagram content is important too. I guess that would be another thing to add. Yes. So with this, for example, you can see on Ryan's screen the choose shape. If you click like 9x16 vertical or 1x1 square, boom, now you've got a TikTok video, which again, it will take a while to apply in the style, but it's exactly what you're talking about, right, Paul? It's creating that Instagram content. And that's what I was referring to, like the release plan. Like I feel something like this would be excellent for example, for doing that out now, that go stream this kind of thing, where it's like, you don't have to go out and record a video. You don't have to make it all fancy schmancy. You have your artwork, great. Put your artwork there in a real life scenario that as you see, we have enough styles that will 100%, you'll find something that matches your vibe, right? Sinem, just to clarify, you asked if you can make a few changes or additions to the royalty free. So you can, like on the Spotify Canvas, for example, or on the Music Video Maker, which we will get to at the end. So if you guys have to jump, feel free to jump. But for those who asked specifically about that, we'll show you how to make it. But so Sinem, you can have a royalty free clip, but then you can add your own like effects, like glitchy effect, or you can add your own like text and filters to it, so it wouldn't look 100% like someone else's. It'll be very, very much yours and very much branded. How do we format the lyric text? In which way do you mean, Michael? Do you mean like how do you like format it in a document, or how do you use the Rotor platform to change how the lyric text appears? I think if it's the latter, Ryan will show you right now where, and maybe Ryan, just have the video playing with no audio so we can just like see how it moves. Yeah, change the size, color. Yeah, perfect. So we'll show you here. Can you see it, Michael, the font kind of thing at the bottom there of his screen? And as you see the text kind of moving, as he changes font, as he chooses other fonts or chooses different animation, you'll see that it changes like in real time. And wicked. Anybody else have any questions? Oh, Maria's asked one here. Again, I don't want to get too into the weeds of what can you do this and can you do that. Yes, Sinem, you can upload custom font. It's not live yet, but it is the next upgrade that we're pushing, or update that we're pushing. Stay tuned for that. Again, I don't want to get too much into the weeds of what you can and can't do. The benefit or the bonus is you're getting $250 of free credits to go figure out exactly what you can and can't do, exactly if you can do this or if you can do that, or if you can't do this and that. Not to say it's not an important question, I think it is, but we'll be here all day, and I'm down for that, but maybe not everyone else. Maria has asked, what is the cost for a small label? Good question, Maria. Send me an email. Send me an email with your specific kind of what you have in mind and what you're specifically kind of hoping to achieve from it, and we can figure out, the cost for you. Anyone who has like a small label or just like a larger catalog that wants to kind of do this at scale, reach out. Let's talk about like getting an estimate of the volume that you'd want to create, and then we can figure out how to create that bulk pricing, that discounted pricing for you, on a case-by-case basis. Cool. Wicked. Anybody else have any questions? Please feel free to hit me up, victor@lyricfind.com. I'm Victor Lana on LinkedIn, and I guess in real life too, but on LinkedIn, that's how you can find me. I'm at Vic Tropical on Instagram if you want to see some of the stuff that I've created using Rotor and placed on Spotify. Wicked. Ryan?
Yeah, if you need to reach me for any reason at all, if you have any questions about the Rotor product, give me a call, or sorry, give me an email. It's ryan@lyricfind.com.
And Victor and Ryan, I just want to chime in and say thank you both so much for taking the time today. Thank you everyone for attending and for all your questions and comments. Super engaging session. Obviously, Rotor is super exciting to everyone here. Really grateful to be host to such an engaging session today. And thank you to Lyric Find for kicking off our Common Ground webinar series for the spring here. We're really appreciative to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Henrik, for your help, and to the whole Music Business Association. Thank you to everyone for showing up today, for sending in your questions, like really for making it interactive. I really appreciate you guys, and there's some really good questions on there. Feel free to reach out. I've put both of our emails in the chat. Feel free to reach out if you have any specific questions, but I encourage you, get on Rotor. It's literally free, and they will expire if you don't use them, so you might as well use them, but dive in deep and see what are the things exactly that you can and can't do. And then again, we're always an email away if you have any specific questions. Thanks to everyone again. I'm just going to keep saying thank you for an hour if nobody stops me. So again, it's great. It's great to be here. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Now,
and
let me
thank you to
drop
everyone.
one final oh, sorry. I don't want to interrupt your thank you with my thank you. But no, thank you again from the Music Biz side. I dropped that recording link in the chat one more time for folks who want to access the session once it goes live later today. And again, we appreciate y'all being here. Hope to see you at our next webinar in 2 weeks. And until then, be safe and take care.